Hello, everyone. Today I would like to talk about writing online with a focus on writing on websites. Before I get started with the topic, I would like to talk about the principle of 3 C's when writing online. Good writing is even more important in social media, where much of the communication is in writing. Of course, we do have videos and audio too, but for the most part, readers need to be hooked in by reading the content. It's important to come across as professional, credible, and liable. It will also help to consider these 3 C's when writing online. Your writing must be clear, which means it should be readable, understandable, concise, which means it should be straight to the point and efficient, and also consistent, which means it needs to be reliable and dependable. So, who is your audience on the website? Picture your readers when you write with them in mind. Write from their point of view. Ask yourself, what's in it for my readers? You might also want to ask yourself some questions about your readers, such as, who are they? What is your relationship with them? What do they know already? What do they want to know now? Is your language and tone appropriate? Here are some other issues about your audience that you need to be aware of. They have a very short attention span. They have limited time. They want to interact rather than be passive. They have a mission, a reason for reading. They will more likely scan than read word for word. Now let's look at the 10 tips for making your website more visitor friendly. Tip number 1. Choose keywords first. It pays to pick your keywords in advance. It's much easier to tailor your writing to your keywords if you decide what they are before you start. By focusing on 2 or 3 keywords in your writing, the higher search engines will rank your website when someone searches for one of your chosen keywords. Tip number 2. Include a title on every page. As people are scanning, they really appreciate a clear headline on the top of every page of your website. This makes it easier to determine if the page contains the information they are looking for. Tip number 3. Use subheadings. Break up your pages with subheadings, as this is, again, great for scanning. People aren't interested in seeing one big block of text. Tip number 4. Keep paragraphs and sentences short. Short paragraphs are much easier to read than long ones, and short sentences are also easier to read. When people are scanning websites for information, they want to find information and understand it quickly. Tip number 5. Use white space. Lots of white space will help to frame your website writing and minimize eye strain, and fatigue. The more you can do to help with this problem, the more likely it is that visitors will hang around. Tip number 6. Use bullets and numbers. Bullets and numbers help writers to keep writing brief and straight to the point. Tip number 7. Watch your language. The web is no place for long sentences and long technical words. It's even more important when writing for a website that you keep your language plain and simple. Use simple, conversational language as though you are having a conversation with the reader, casual and friendly. Tip number 8. Use contractions. Writing in an informal, casual style, it will come naturally to use contractions. Say your instead of you will, it's instead of it is, etc. This will help you keep sentence short and conversational. Tip number 9. Use sans-serif font like Arial. On paper, serif font like Times New Roman may be easier to read. However, on your website, it's important to keep your font choice simple. Arial, Tahoma, Verdana, and others that are sans-serif without fee are much easier to read on a screen. Tip number 10. Don't forget to proofread. Make sure you do everything you can to eliminate any errors from your website. Typos stand out so much more on website, so proofread your writing. Then get someone else to proofread. And do remember to use spell check.